What's up, tea drinkers? Who's ready to spill? Welcome to The Tea with KG, hosted by your girl, Kaylee Grace. Here you'll find your weekly boost of real talk mixed with laughter, healing, and all of those vulnerable, messy moments in between. The Tea with KG is a safe space for you to show up exactly as you are. We are here to share real-life stories from around the globe and be a community of love, joy, and celebrating life. This is a real deal show, so there will be coarse language and sensitive topics discussed. The most beautiful stories oftentimes emerge from the darkest of places, and we're here to explore it all. There's room for everyone at this tea time, so grab your drink of choice, spark it up, or just relax and soak it up. Cheers, and let's spill. What's up, tea drinkers? It's your girl, Kaylee Grace, coming at you for the holiday season. We are here to spread the sparkle. It is your Tea Time Tuesday. I want to wish everyone the best holiday season. I know we're already well on our way. Merry belated Christmas to all those who do celebrate Christmas. It was just this past weekend. I hope that everybody got to spend time with their loved ones and laugh and express their gratitude and just have all that beautiful time with family and friends. Filled with joy and laughs and love and all the sparkle. If you couldn't physically be with your loved ones, I hope that you got some FaceTime or phone call or messages in there to those you care for. I was very grateful where I am in Vancouver again this Christmas to be able to chat with my people from all over, including the East Coast. So shout out to all my Maritimers. I hope you had a beautiful Maritime Christmas holiday. There's something about the Maritimes at Christmas time. It's just so beautiful, and it's just that small town Christmas vibe. So I hope everybody got to enjoy. So 2022 is coming to a close very quickly. I've said it before, but it feels like the older I get, the more time just flies, which just reiterates why we should focus on being present and really enjoying those moments, because that's all we have, and you never know. Life is unexpected. Sometimes loss can come when we are least expecting it, and it's always good to be mindful, be present, and just think of those who you care for and be there for them. It is just wild that 2022 is coming to a close. So I wanted to take a minute and do some celebration with all of you, because I know each and every one of you listeners have had some big things happen this year. Sometimes they can be on the positive end of the spectrum. Sometimes they're on maybe the more challenging or negative end, but no matter what, all of the things in our lives come to us for a reason, right? So how about we start, of course, with the positive, because that's always more fun. I want to celebrate all of the wins you have had this year. So whatever that looks like for you. So for here, you know right now, oh my God, I'm getting so excited. I just want to scream, but we are celebrating the Tea with KG, y'all. The year 2022 was when she officially made her launch, and I am just so freaking grateful every single day that I get to have a weekly Tea Time Tuesday with you. I appreciate all of the love, light, and support that I have received from all of you. It's just beautiful. I feel it. I truly, truly express my gratitude to each and every one of you. I know I do it every week with our episodes. I don't know if you can hear Benson moving around, but he's expressing his gratitude as well. Your favorite little well, I shouldn't say little, your favorite big furry co-host. He's readjusting in his spot there on the couch. Anyone who watches on YouTube, you know where he always lays on the couch, and he's getting comfy there. Now I don't even know what I was talking about, of course. Squirrel brain frickin' moment. Okay, we're back. I had to stop for a sec. I was like, what was I talking about? Expressing my gratitude to you. So yes, I know I do it every episode, but I'm going to keep doing it every episode, because to me, Gratitude is one of the most beautiful things you can feel and experience, and it always helps bring life back to perspective, I find. If you're having moments where things maybe aren't going your way, or you're just having one of those rough days, because let's face it, we all have them. Not every day is perfect or sunshine and rainbows, even though you know your girl would love that, but it's just not reality. There are going to be those difficult, dark days, and it's all about how we react and how we approach them, and that's, how we move through life. So I always feel that gratitude and thinking of things you appreciate or people or places or whatever, it always can help bring back the perspective of life and readjust your mindset when you're having some of those off days. So I always believe that expressing gratitude is just an awesome practice just for life. It doesn't even have to be around the holiday season. I feel like it should be an everyday thing. Even if it's only for a couple seconds that day, you feel the gratitude, at least you felt it for a little bit, right? Because we're not always going to feel the warm fuzzies, but they're always there waiting for us. We just have to process our difficult times and be able to move forward from there. So expressing my gratitude always to all of you, because this has been such a big passion project in my soul for so long. And, I had to go through my own things to be ready to hit that record button. And I was terrified when I hit the record button. I had no idea what I was doing. I self-taught myself everything. The amount of tutorials that I have watched, it is definitely not something I take lightly. This is my soul calling. I know this is how the world, universe, divine, God, light, being, whatever you want to call it, I know this is how I am meant to do my light work and help heal the world a little bit, and spread that love, that light, that realness out there to gain more compassion for people and be open to those who are different than us and hear each other's stories in a safe space. And I just thank all of you for providing that, because we truly have created such a beautiful, gorgeous community of safety, which is the ultimate thing, right? Trusting and being safe is number one, and it gives us that freedom to speak our truths and let our stories come out there. And I just want to thank you all. And while I'm speaking on that, I'd like to give another shout out to all of the guests that have been on my podcast so far, all of the guests who are scheduled to be on the podcast, and all of the future guests who I haven't maybe even met yet. I am so grateful to you for believing in me, for coming on to the Tea with KG and sharing your love, your light, your story, for being vulnerable, for being raw, for letting us in. You have no idea the impact you have created, that you're continuing to create. It's amazing. Each person who's come on, I have received messages from people all over the world saying how much your story or your episode meant to them. And I just want you all to know how important you are, how important your story is. You were put here for a reason, and sharing your soft spots with the world is just so brave. And I am so thankful that you've allowed me to share your story on this platform, and it just really means the world. So huge shout out to every single guest who's come on. I love and appreciate all of you. And when I look at what we've created here, it just fills me with all the feels, of course, but so much love. And again, I'm going to say it for the 1,000th time, but gratitude, because this would not be what it is without all of you. You are all contributing to something greater, and we are moving with this energy of compassion and love and light and openness to each other. And I just truly appreciate every one of you for coming on and for doing this with me. It's just so incredible. And when I think about how this is going to grow and evolve and shift as the years, months, days, seconds go by, I know one day I'm going to look back at these early days of this podcast and just be so happy and joyful and, let's say it again, grateful, because I've had the beautiful honor and opportunity of connecting with so many of you. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you, because you are spreading that beautiful, beautiful energy and light to the world, and just you're helping people. And at the end of the day, you're leaving the world a better place than you found it. We all know, I love that quote. I don't know if Matthew McConaughey was the OG who said it, but he's the first. I'm sure someone in this lifetime has said it before he did, but he's the most recent person that I can think of that I've heard saying it. And it's just such a simple concept, but so powerful and impactful. Like, legit, if you can leave this world a better place than you found it, you are doing it right. So no matter what that looks like, keep doing it. Keep doing you. Keep being motherfucking awesome, sparkly, amazing human beings. I'm here for it. And all of your stories are so gorgeous and complex and magical, and I'm just freaking here for it. So there's my big old shout out to every guest that I have had and will have in the future, because the Tea with KG would not be what it is without you. So expressing gratitude to you in this reflection. So yeah, 2022, huge year for me, because starting this podcast was, as many of you who know me know, has been in my heart and soul for years. And I feel like I was trying to find myself for a very long time, and trying to find my path and what works for me, and how can I feel fulfilled in my life and live in my alignment and do what I need to do and express my creativity and just fill that part of me that needs to be aligned and fulfilled, because I'm not one of those people who can have a job that they hate, that sucks their soul out every day, or just plain and simple just does not align with me. I just can't do it. So finding these creative ventures that really speak to me are very, very important to me. It's not something I take lightly. I want to give all of you beautiful content each week, and know that I pour my heart and soul into this for you. It's not something I chose to do on a whim. It's something that has spoken to me for a very long time. After, a lot of healing, a lot of growth, a lot of fear, a lot of perfectionism getting in my way, I finally said, all right, it's not going to be perfect. I have to stop getting overwhelmed, because another thing with me is when I get overwhelmed, I freeze. Like, I stop in my tracks, and it's like I can't hit the button. I can't start, because I'm like, I have this perfect vision in my head of what it can be, which is what it is becoming. But it's like, you have to start somewhere. So anyone who's out there who wants to start a project or something new, but you keep freezing like I did for so long, you're going to have to tell yourself, okay, honey, I'm going to check myself right now, stop that, and just try it, because it's not going to be perfect right away. The only way to get better is by practice. I know that's an age-old saying, but it's true. It is so true. There's a reason it's an age-old saying, and there's a reason that we're still saying it today. It's because it's just straight up facts. And sometimes we're naturally good at things right away, which is awesome, but then there might be parts that are more challenging. So for me, the speaking part, the connecting part, that's the easy part. I'm like, hell yeah, let's talk. I could talk all day. But then when it comes to the technical aspect, that's where I have had such a learning curve. And I'm sure there is so much more I can learn with that whole process as well. But the editing, where does the podcast go? How do I get it to the places I want it to be? All that part. Very foreign to me. My background is in business and marketing, so creative stuff's very natural for me. So the graphics and stuff, that's always a fun part. It's a little time consuming, again, if you do have some perfectionist traits like I do, but it's more fun. But yeah, the whole technological editing, that kind of thing, I'm like, like that's been such a journey. And it's still such a journey at times. It's one of those things though, right? It's like anything. There's going to be parts of your dream that maybe you don't love, or maybe you're not like the best at naturally, but you can do it. You can learn. If I can learn how to do this, anyone can learn how to do this if this is something that you feel called to do. So I do hope that if you've had something on your heart for a long time that you've really wanted to try, just go for it and let yourself be okay with it not being perfect right away. And maybe it will be, who knows? But I'm sure your 10th episode will be 10 times better than your first one, So give yourself that chance and believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, it does come down to that. You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust that intuition and just know there's a reason you're on this path. ride the wave, see where it takes you, because you never know. Like, this podcast, I know will grow and change, and I have a huge vision for what I want the whole pie to look like. This will be my baby always. Like, this is the main thing. Like, as long as this is consistent and awesome, the rest is just gravy. But I do see the bigger picture, and I'm just trying to be patient with myself, even though I want it all now. But I'm like, nope, let yourself take this course as you will, and the rest will grow and evolve with you as you have. It hasn't been quite a year yet. February 22nd, 2023. That will be our year mark. We started February 22nd, 2022. When I was thinking about what date to launch this podcast, you know me with my magical angel numbers, I was like, well, I want it to be early in the year. Why not 2/22/22, right? I feel like it was just like the sign from the universe. I was like, yeah, that's the day. That's the day. And it happened to be on a Tuesday, which is the day I wanted to have my episodes come out. So I was like, here we go. This is it. Jesus, take the wheel. Let's go. So it has been a labor of love, and I just am so happy and grateful that I finally got to the place where I had done enough healing, and it was not the easiest process getting to this place, and I've dabbled in different things over the years with different businesses and creative ventures, just trying to find the thing that felt right in my soul. And this is finally the thing that really feels right. So that I'm going to celebrate, because that was not an easy thing to find. And it's challenging when you're like, there's so many options out there. There's so many different things. And of course, if you're like me, I love 5,000,000 things. I'm like, that's not even a number, 5,000,000. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I love so many things. There's so much I want to try. And there's so much I want to add to what I do. And it's not to say you can't do all those things, but you got to start with one. And then when you kind of get that under your belt, you can add, you can grow, you can keep adding to your repertoire. But there might be like those ebbs and flows, right? Where it grows a lot all at once, and then it comes back for a bit, and you rest and you recuperate and you figure out, okay, what's next? And then the wave goes out and you're surfing down at full speed, you know? So there's always time for your dreams, but believe in yourself and be brave. And I'm going to use this analogy, but just hit that record button. For whatever that is in your life, hit that record button. When I think about 2022, of course, the podcast is the biggest, most huge thing that I'm celebrating, because it's not only what I want to do and my expression, but like I said, it's something that's been in my heart for so long, and I was so in my own way, and finally got out of my way and was ready and just said, let's do this. So I feel like that's a huge, huge, huge thing for me looking back on this year. But of course, there's so many other things that, you know, I will celebrate and I have had challenges with, of course. Like, I mean, even the podcast, of course, I'm celebrating it, but I have had lots of challenges with this. It has not been smooth sailing, but I know at the end of the day, I'm getting an episode out every Tuesday, and that's the main foundation. And the rest of it, I will just continue to learn and get better at and share as we keep going. So definitely not without its challenges, but I take those challenges head on, you know, maybe shed a few tears, maybe drop some F-bombs, but then, you know, you keep going. You got to do what you got to do to get the feelings out of your body, and then just keep continuing on, because as entrepreneurs, there's going to be so many of those moments where it's like, oh God, and then you come back, you're like, fuck yeah. So let yourself feel the things and don't let it deter you. Keep going with your dreams, and just remember to always listen to your intuition, because if something's not aligning, it will know and it will tell you, and it may look different each time it tells you, but it will find a way to get the message to you that, you know, maybe this is not in alignment with you anymore, or maybe it is, and this is just a challenge. So just be sure to always check in with what the old intuition is saying. There's a helicopter flying. I know you can probably hear that, but we're just going to let that fly by. All right, she's gone. So in other areas of 2022 that I look at and celebrate, of course, my relationship, I am so grateful for it. It's such a beautiful, healthy love. And from my life experience, that's something else that I do not take for granted. I have so much love and gratitude for him. It's just beyond measure. And just this whole year of growing, it's just been wonderful. So always going to give a shout out to my love, because he's just incredible and I love him so dearly. So always going to have a shout out for that amazing, gorgeous man in my life. I always want to celebrate, my beautiful soul tribe, family, friends who just mean so much to me. We always will celebrate you. And I also want to celebrate the growth, like anything that you've done this year that maybe has been really hard and maybe has rocked your world and maybe you're still feeling it, like you're still in the thick of it. That's okay, because you know what? From the darkness, that's how we cultivate the light, and that's how we grow, and that's how change happens. And change is not a bad thing. I know it's challenging for a lot of us to accept change, but sometimes we have to be shaken awake to stop sleepwalking through our lives. And if you do find yourself in the midst of change or in the thick of some challenging times, own it. Own your strength. You are a bad bitch who is in it, and you might be deep, deep in it right now, but that's okay. Work through it. Let yourself feel what you need to feel. Do what you need to do to heal from whatever it is that you're dealing with. And maybe it's stuff that's been stuffed down for a really long time, and finally it's coming to the surface and saying, deal with me. And you are dealing with it. And maybe it wasn't something you planned to deal with, but look at you. You are here and you are. So I want everyone to take a moment, do a little reflection of your own year and any moments that you have grown from, maybe you're still growing from. Own it, celebrate it, because you are amazing for doing the do and working through all of that and finding what works for you to get yourself back to your alignment and show yourself love. Like we said on the last episode with the beautiful Erica, we all just want to be loved. So remember that and show yourself that love too, because self-love, baby, that's where it's got to start. In order to give your best love and light to others, you have to give it to yourself. You got to make sure you're good, and then you can give to others in the same capacity, and that'll just result in the ultimate beauty and love and light. So let's do an all-around celebration, round of applause. I could do a little applause myself, but I really wish I had like one of those sounds, But let's do it. Round of applause for not only the wins you've had this year, but also those challenging moments that you either have pulled yourself out of or you're still in the process of pulling yourself out of. So props to all of you, because you're all freaking amazing. You are all divine light beings, and I'm here for it. So let's hear it for 2022, everyone. All right. So 2023, she's a coming real fast. We are the 27th today. So coming up this weekend, I'm so excited. Mostly, I don't even know what our plans are yet, but I have a green sparkly dress that needs to be worn. So all I know is my outfit, which is pretty typical for me. I'm like, well, I'm not really sure what the plans are, but I have my outfit. So that's all that matters. But I'm so excited. And I don't know if it's like because this word has like a negative connotation in my mind now, but I don't make resolutions. I don't know. That word just sounds so final to me or something. Like it doesn't seem like a everyday thing that you're going to try and integrate into your life. So I love the word intention because I don't know, it's just a beautiful word to me. And I feel like when you live with intention, it's something you do every day of your life. It's not just a one and done, this is it. It's like, no, I'm going to live with intention this way. And I was speaking with one of my previous guests. I know you all remember her from episode 32. She is the owner of Lavender Lane Holistic Counseling and Sex Therapy. It's Shauna Burns Thompson. So her and I are working on some stuff for the new year, and I'm so excited to announce what that is. It's going to be so amazing. I know everyone will find so much value. She is so awesome, so much wisdom. She's so tapped in. She's just incredible. So her and I were brainstorming not too long ago, and we were talking about the new year and everything, and I find her and I are so aligned, like all the time. Like, she'll have a psychic hit or a vision or something, and then it'll happen with us. And then same with me, like we'll talk about something and I'll be like, I literally just was talking about this. I was like, the universe brings us together every time. So she was saying that for the new year, she's gonna do it based on feelings. And I was like, that is fucking genius. I was like, I'm gonna give you a shout out and mention that, because I feel like everybody needs to be aware of that. When you look at what you want to accomplish, most of the time and it's based on how it makes you feel, right? And I just thought it was so genius of her. She's like taking out all the other stuff that goes with what you're trying to accomplish, and she's bringing it back to the root, which is the feeling. And I was just like, that's amazing. And I want to integrate that into how I'm viewing the new year. So I feel like I'll probably do like a hybrid approach. I'll think of the feelings, write that stuff down, and of course, the intention that accompanies it. But ultimately, when you get the feeling, you can put the physical or mental things you have to do to achieve that feeling with it, right? So I'm really excited to integrate that in and make my own little chart in some way. I can see it now. I'm old school. I still like to write things down. So I'll write down a list of feelings, and I'll do like a list of intentions, and I might even do like a little matching and see like, okay, this goes here, this goes here. I'm going to make it my own for sure. Some sort of hybrid model approach, but I really love integrating the feeling part into it because it's so true. Ultimately, that's what it's linking to. So loved that. Had to give Shauna a shout out for that. I was like, that is so incredible. And I know it resonated so deeply with me, so I'm sure it will resonate with others as well. So if you do decide to look at your 2023 and look at the feelings you'd like to cultivate, leave a comment. Feel free to let me know all of your New Year's feelings, intentions, 2023, what you're looking to accomplish. Let us know in the comments. I always like to see that. So yeah, I just thought that was such a great way to look at the new year. So it's pretty great. This year, I actually am allowing myself time to rest. I am so happy about it. I actually feel rested. I know that should be how we always feel, but I really don't feel super rested all the time. And these past few days, I've actually gotten enough sleep and just felt energized in the morning and didn't feel like I was relying on my coffee to get me through. I just was like, heck yeah, like this is what's up. So I'm definitely taking advantage of the energy and just being grateful for it, because I know I'll probably get a day here that I don't feel like this. So I'm definitely taking advantage and loving the energy that I am feeling in the Capricorn season, baby. We just hit Capricorn season not too long ago. I'll give a shout out to two of my Capricorn queens, Holly and Sherry. Holly is a Christmas Eve baby and Cher Bear is a Christmas Day baby. So those two girls just celebrated their birthdays as well as the holidays. So give a shout out to my two amazing Capricorn queens. I love a good Cappy. Love that energy. I'm like, yes, bad bitch, let's go. Shout out to all the Capricorns out there. I actually have quite a bit of Capricorn in my chart as well, in my birth chart, but it's in more of the, like, I feel like the other planets in the chart, like they all serve a purpose, of course, but I feel like some of them don't really get talked about as much. So yeah, I have Capricorn, Saturn, Uranus. I know it's not Uranus. I'm sorry. I'm never not going to say Uranus first. I don't know. Honestly, it takes me back to childhood, and that's just how we always said it. But Uranus and Neptune is also in Capricorn. So yeah, I've got some Cappy placements there as well to accompany all the other earth, water, and air energy I've got going on in my chart. So love me a good Capricorn. Overall, I hope everyone has had an awesome 2022 despite the challenges. I hope you're able to do some reflection and pull on some really great moments that you feel truly grateful for. 2023, I am so excited to see what this year brings everyone. I have a feeling it's going to be a really big year for a lot of people out there, and I'm really excited to see it. So own that energy, everyone. Go after your dreams. You can do this. Whatever you want in this life, you are capable of having. So I really want to wish everyone the best, and I want to wish you an early Happy New Year's. Own that New Year's Eve. Wear your cute little outfit, and let's dance our way into 2023, spreading that sparkle. Let's do it, tea drinkers. I'm here for it. We're going to call our tea time right there. I want to wish you all love and light as always for the rest of this holiday season, and we will see you next week.